everybody! In today's video I'm going to be showing you another press-on set, and this one is bubble ornaments that have kind of like a layered effect to them. And so there's that layered 3D thing happening, as well as the fact that there is glow-in-the-dark and thermal stuff. So there's so many different views of this design that you can see, because there's the cold version of it, there's the warm version of it, and then there's the glow-in-the-dark version. So there's just all these different, I don't know, like different views that you can take on this design. So it's either that really dark kind of berry color can go to almost clear, and then the peachy color or the corally color is glow in the dark, and it's actually very impressively glowing. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the video.
What are we talking to?
We're talking to the camera. What do you think? Yeah, and all of these colors are from the Madam Glam Advent Calendar, and I'll put links to that in the description box below, so check that out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
So we're going to start out this set by applying the color Glow to the thumb and middle nails. So that's the nails that I'm going to be painting the ornaments on top of. And this color Glow is this really pretty bright peachy color, and my camera doesn't show off the color perfectly well, to be completely honest, because it's picking up on the fact that the color is glowing, and so it kind of washes it out. And it also adjusts the color of the other nails just ever so slightly, just because my camera was like, wait a second, there's a light source over here. So that kind of attests to how glowy the glow is. So I've got the 2 coats of the color Glow, and then on the other nails I'm applying 2 coats of the color called Shifter, and Shifter is this really nice berry color that shifts into a foggy clear. So now on my ring nail I'm going to be doing some of the color Glow again in diagonal stripes going across the nail, and so you can kind of see that on its own this color isn't overly pigmented, just because I think to get the formulation for it to glow it can't be overly pigmented, and so I'm okay with that, but it cover really well. So you can look at it and you can tell that it's not like it's, you know, super sheer or anything. But there's one thing that's a little interesting about it. When you're applying it, it has almost like this granular look. And then as soon as like you finish the stroke, it fades away. So you can tell that they used a powder pigment to make the glow. And that's actually really cool, because I've never seen that in a glow in the dark gel polish before. And I think that's why this one actually works as well as it does, is because it has more of that glow in it, so that, you know, it is actually going to glow in the dark. So now going back to the color Shifter, I'm going to be doing my little ornaments. So I'm going to do 2 ornaments on the thumb and 1 ornament on the middle nail. And the ones on the thumb are just going to be slightly smaller so that they comfortably fit, and the one in the middle just nice and big in the center. And I did end up doing 2 coats of that color to make sure that I did have enough of a color payoff, just as kind of a precaution. It's really hard to tell when you're working with a thermal powder or a thermal color gel polish like this, because as soon as you stick it in the lamp, it goes clear, and then you can't tell even where you hardly painted with. So you have to kind of let them warm up before you do the second coat. But now with the color Paradise, I'm going to be doing the little hangers on the tops of each of my ornaments. And all 3 of these colors, Glow, Shifter, and Paradise, are from the Advent Calendar too, just as a little bonus bit of knowledge. So now using the color Perfect Black, which is just Madam Glam's basic black color, I'm going to be doing the outlines only on the hangers of my ornament. So that little knobby piece that's on the top of an ornament, and then the string. And so don't really worry about, you know, outlining the entire ornament unless you want to. It's kind of an up to you sort of deal, but I think they look really nice just as they are. But that little outline really makes the ornament hanger show up, and it also helps it show up when it's in the dark, so that you can see a more defined line. So I'm going to take the Velvet Matte Top Coat and apply that over the ring, middle, and thumbnail. So those are all the nails that have any of that glow color on them. So if they have that color, apply some of that Velvet Matte Top Coat. And now with Perfect White, and as you can see, as soon as you cure it, you can tell that the color Shifter just kind of disappears. But we're going to be taking Perfect White and painting little stripes in between the glow stripes on the middle, or on the ring nail. So just a really skinny, I recommend using the skinniest brush you have to paint that little stripe, and then don't cure it. So everything until further notice, leave it wet. So, and then on the ornaments, we're going to be taking and doing just a little design on them to give them kind of more of a decorative ornament vibe and some fanciness. So each one is going to be a little different for me. The first one I'm going to do on the middle nail, since it is slightly larger, there's a little bit more space to play around with. So I'm going to do first 2 white stripes and then do a little X pattern. And then on the next one, I'm just going to do some little candy cane stripes. Like I said, you can kind of have fun with this. There are so many different classic ornament patterns that you can really have fun with it. Or you could paint like a little snowflake on them if you want to do that too. Know though that the lines aren't going to end up looking quite as precise as they do right now. So if your lines aren't perfect, the great thing is that that's going to be completely masked from you, and it's not something that you need to overly be concerned about, because we're going to sprinkle these with some glitter, and then that'll just make everything better. On the last one, I did 3 little horizontal stripes and then some polka dots in the middle of each of those layers. And now, like I said, we will be doing some glitter bombs, but first we're going to apply no wipe top coat over the index and the pinky nail. We're still not curing, so all of these nails have wet gel. So now, one at a time, take a scoop of white glitter, and we're going to be sprinkling that over the wet gel on each nail. And then on the index nail, instead of sprinkling it all over the nail completely, I try to focus the glitter just on the tip of the nail to kind of create a glitter gradient on it. I wanted it to just be a little less, I don't want to say less glittery, because this set is super glittery and glamorous, but it's just a little more subtle, I guess. And so do the same thing over the wet white stripes on the ring nail. Say wet white stripes, everybody, I dare you. Wet wipe. Wow, see, I can't do it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the pinky nail, but this time sprinkle the entire thing so it is super duper glittery. And then after they're all cured, we can use a soft brush to remove any extra glitter that there may be. And if you work on top of something like a nail form backing that catches your glitter, then you can then easily pour it back into your glitter jar. So now we're going to be using the Madame Glam polygel called Ice Blossom. Again, that one is from the Advent calendar, and I've never used any of their polygels before, so that was kind of fun. And we're going to be sculpting little bubbles on top of the ornaments. And this color Ice Blossom is the most clear polygel I've ever used. With that being said, I haven't really used that many, so it's not like I can, say that I've used everyone on the market and this one's the best. I don't know that for a fact, but I have used easily half a dozen different brands, including the iconic gelish one. And this one is definitely has the best clarity. All the other ones have like this foggy, almost like, steamed up glass kind of effect, whereas this one is just like glass. So we're going to do just that little bubble on top of each of the ornaments, and I love that look. It just makes them look so, ornamenty. And then after that's cured, we're going to be applying some glossy gel top coat, which is Madame Glam's No Wipe Gel Top Coat, over the ornaments and then over the ornament hangers. So just a little bit, thin little stripe of that top coat, and then cure. And now for the final touch, we're going to be doing a little 3D bow out of some of the gel polish. So I'm going to be using the color Glow, and on a nail form, or not on a nail form backing, on a silicone mat, we're going to be painting a strip of it and do just one coat of it, and then do a coat of the no wipe top coat, and try to make sure that both of those layers are thin. So I ended up doing 2 coats of the color Glow, and I regretted it because it made it a little too stiff. I think because this is a glow color, it doesn't have quite as much flexibility as most of Madame Glam's other ones do. So for that reason, just do 1 coat and it'll just give you a little bit easier time making it into the bow. I did get it into the bow, but for sake of simplicity, learn from my experiences. So we're going to cut this piece of gel polish material into 3 sections, and then 2 of those sections we're going to cut into little petal shapes, and the third one we're just going to cut a thin strip of it off for the middle of the bow, and then glue the 2 petal shapes with the pointier sides in, and then glue the other one with the pointier sides in. So as you can see, I had to use quite a bit of pressure to hold my sides together, and that's just what would make it easier if you did 1 coat of the Glow instead of 2. And then we're going to take that narrow strip and glue it around the middle. If you do 1 coat of Glow versus 2, then you should be able to just do this and glue it around the middle. For me, my color was like, I don't really feel like bending right now, so it wouldn't let me do that, and the whole thing kind of fell apart before I was able to glue it all together. So I'm going to instead glue that middle stripe into an oval, hold that in place, and wait for that glue to set up. And then after that glue is, all together now, we're going to be gluing the 2 sides of the bow into it, and that method works just fine too. So if you'd rather do it this way, it's really, not a big deal. Either way you end up doing it, but this is the way that for this particular bow creation seemed to work better for me. So we're going to glue those together and then apply some more of that no wipe gel top coat over just the very center of the bow. And you don't have to go all the way around the back, but mostly just focus it on the front. Before that's cured, sprinkle it with some more of that lovely glitter. So just take a nice scoop of it. Once again, work on top of a piece of paper or something so you don't make such an incredible mess. And then after that, tap it off, cure it, and then attach the bow to the top of the index nail with just a dab of jewelry gel. Place that down, press it into place, cure it, and that's it. I love this set, and I love how many different versions of it there are, because it's glow in the dark and it is and it is thermal, and it's just all of these wonderful things together. So as you can see here, I have a sped up version of it warming up from, or cooling off I should say, from being warm, because my hands are always so cold that thermal things turn back to the cold color in like 15 seconds on me, no matter what I try to do. So it's really hard to photograph them, but I hope you love this design as much as I do. Like I said, there is I do have it in my online store, so check that out, and I will see you next time. Bye!